Your boy is back. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So, while I was away, there was a lot of things going on. We got Dr. Ratio VA. He's under attack by the Hoyo community. This is the fourth voice actor that got attacked recently. We got Skirt VA, Yuzaha, who else? Aglaya, and now Dr. Ratio. And apparently, the reason why people are going after Dr. Ratio VA is because he liked Charlie Kirk. That is the reason why. And you guys know, when it comes to politics, the Hoyo community is fucking cooked when it comes to politics. If you don't agree with their political views, if you don't align with their political views, you are the devil, you are Satan, you are fascist, you're just evil, and you should be eliminated. That is how these Hoyo players operate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull up some screenshots over here to show you guys some of the comments that people are sending to Dr. Ratio's VA. So let's go ahead and take a look at the screenshots here. All right, and these are the things that people are saying to Dr. Ratio's VA. Ratio recasting win. Go back on hiatus because Dr. Ratio's VA, this is the video that he uploaded and he was pretty much on a hiatus, right? And now people are telling him to go back to hiatus. Another VA who wants to lose their job, his last words were spewing hate towards trans people. I hope you get fired. Don't worry, guys. We're gonna read the script, what he said in the video. Hopefully Hoyo cuts all jobs with you if they haven't already. Damn shame. Ratio would hate both your asses. I'm serious. With all due respect, what the fuck is wrong with you? Delete this shit right now and go back to hiatus. What the fuck are you on? Saying you looked up to and admired a dead Nazi is definitely a choice. Get fucked. Wow. Ratio would despise you for supporting that racist and misogynist scum. You should be fired and never get a job again. Honestly, my most sincere fuck you. You're such a shitty person. So let's go ahead and read what he said. All right, this is the transcript of what he said in the video. He said, Charlie was a man that I genuinely looked up to. A man that he was a father, and he was a man who loved God and loved people. And I know that there are some people out there who don't agree with his messaging and don't think that he was a good person. That's fine. You can have that. So he's already telling people, hey man, if you don't like Charlie Kirk, that's fine, bro. Like, I'm not sitting here to telling you guys that you have to like the person. You can, you can dislike him, you can like him. Do what you got to do. Everyone has their own political views. Everyone has their own opinion, right? That's what he's saying. But let's continue. You can have that perspective, but something that he did that I greatly admired that I wanted to at least try my head at, but I'm very much someone who would rather just keep his mouth shut over controversial topics and just to keep the peace. I guess what he wanted, and it's something that I firmly believe in, was that he wanted people and whatever. We're not going to read the rest here, but I wanted to read this part here because a lot of people are so fucking hypocritical that they're going after him, attacking Dr. Ratio's VA, saying that, oh, you should get fired, all this blah blah blah, just because he liked Charlie Kirk, right? Just because he liked the person. But remember, he said if you don't like him, that's fine. So it's very interesting how if someone likes Charlie Kirk, they deserve to get fired, right? They're a piece of shit. They're the worst person possible. But if someone dislikes him, good for you, man. I'm glad that you dislike him. You guys see where I'm coming from, right? You see where when it comes to politics and how these Hoyoshills are, it's not even just Hoyoshills. When it comes to politics, people are fucked up in the head when it comes to politics. But since we're talking about HSR and the Hoyo community, let's stick to the topic here. But notice how when it comes to the Hoyo community, you got, HSR. Let me go and switch my camera here. But when you ship when you ship a male and a female character together, notice how you get called a misogynist, a transphobe, and all this nonsense, right? Oh, you hate lesbians. You're against LGBTQ and all this bullshit, right? And that's exactly what happened to Skirk's VA when she shipped Skirk and whatever that guy's name was, Warrior, I think that's his name. People were going after her, right? People are going after her, saying that she's against LGBTQ. She's, she hates women, all this nonsense. Notice how when it comes to this community, notice how it's a trend where it's always, all right? And I'm not saying this is to all the people in the LGBTQ community, but notice how it's always toxic people that are a part of the LGBTQ community that are constantly attacking people, constantly sending death threats. Notice how it's always them most of the time. But let's go ahead and read some more here. I got some more screenshots here. This person is pretty much sending a death threat saying, I hope you get shot like Charlie Kirk did. They're talking about the Alto situation. It says, on the Alto VA situation, arguing online is just that. You can voice your opinion how little matters at places that matter, blah, 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 blah. And this person's pretty much sending a death threat. And then we have this meme over here. It says, HSR leaks new mode called Astro VA Harassment, a hybrid between canceling and simulated universe designed as a permanent in-game system. The mode consists of 3 phases: botting likes, no touch grass, being from the rainbow cult. you see what I'm saying, guys? Like, I know I'm not the only one that's noticing that the people who are always going out the way to attack people and send death threats, it's always people from the LGBTQ community. Always. Right? Always. It's always them from the LGBTQ community going after people and just straight up attacking them. Let's go ahead and read another screenshot here. Kafka VA following Donald Trump. Dude, seriously. Is HSR that dead to the point where you are going on voice actors following lists and you're seeing who they follow? You're literally stalking their page and seeing, okay, let me see which VA is following Donald Trump. Oh, Kafka's VA is following Donald Trump. Let's cancel her next. You guys are fucking pathetic. And I hope that these VAs, man, if I was a VA, bro, nigga, I would have went on Twitter. I would have said, suck my dick. That's the first thing I would have said. Suck my fucking dick. Because you guys are disgusting. The fact that you spend most of your time on Twitter being a fucking moron, trying to cancel people over foolishness is ridiculous. You're gonna cancel someone just because they're following someone? Are you kidding me? Do you guys know how we can flip this and we can apply it to everybody? Imagine how many people get canceled in this world for following someone. Why are we trying to play holier than thou, moral high ground, and say, oh, you're following this person? Well, you should be canceled because they're following this person. Okay, let me take a look at the people you follow. How about that? Next screenshot. Oh, this is just a transcript here, but that's pretty much it. So you guys get what's going on here. And let me go ahead and say this for all the VAs, right? Hopefully there's at least one VA watching this video. I hope that you guys realize that when it comes to the Hoyo community, when it comes to politics, it's just not worth it. All right, this is advice to all the VAs out there. Just don't talk about politics, man. It's not worth it. It's pretty obvious that these people are cooked in the fucking head. And this is how you guys know these people are so toxic. Deluxe VA. All right, if you guys want, I don't know how many times I have to say this, but this just proves my point even more. That there is a hypocrisy, double standards when it comes to these hypocritical Hoyoshills. You look at Deluxe VA. You guys remember how Deluxe VA was mocking Charlie Kirk. He was mocking his death. And what were the responses for that? How did these Hoyoshills react to that? Bravo, good job. Good job, sir. Great job, sir. Let's give this man a round of applause. You are absolutely based. What the fuck are we talking about? So we're gonna applaud someone. We're not gonna say anything. We're just gonna ignore somebody who's mocking somebody who got shot in the neck, but someone who's saying, "Damn, bro, like you guys can dislike the person, but me, I liked him, and it's sad the fact that he died, and then this and that. That's who we're gonna go after, right? Let's be consistent here. At least be consistent. At least be consistent. If you guys are gonna try to attack every single VA over politics, be consistent and don't be biased and don't be hypocritical, because you guys are going after the people who you don't agree with when it comes to politics. Meanwhile, the ones you agree with when it comes to politics, they're doing the same exact thing. They're on Twitter, they're on Blue Sky, just straight up, just posting political bullshit. That's what they're doing, and you guys ain't saying anything about it. Y'all just give them the green light. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. This has nothing to do with, oh, you're supporting someone who said this and that. It has nothing to do with that. It all comes down to, we don't like the fact that you like someone who we don't like. So therefore, we're gonna attack you. And for the people who dislike this person who we don't like, we're not gonna attack them. That's what it all comes down to. So I don't even try to sit here and play moral high ground and pretend as if you guys are speaking for an entire community. I hate when niggas be like, I speak for this community, and we're absolutely disappointed in you, nigga. You speaking for yourself. You're speaking for yourself. And to all, my trans people, all my gay people, all my lesbian people, to all the ones who aren't toxic, who are actually smart and can use their brain, you guys need to call out these morons. You guys need to call out these idiots for constantly going out their way, attacking anybody and playing victim and saying, I speak for the LGBTQ community and we're disappointed in you. No, you're speaking for yourself. And what you're doing is you're putting a bad image, a bad rep when it comes to the LGBTQ community, because every single time someone's getting canceled on the internet, every single time, guess which community it's from? The LGBTQ community. Every single time. Not 100% of the time, but most of the time. Based off of what I've been seeing so far, it's always something to do with you're retards, right? You're retards. Whatever. Just LGBTQ. That's all I'm gonna say. It's just so annoying, man. It's so annoying, and it's so sad how when it comes to politics, bro, people are just so divided when it comes to politics. I have so many friends who I disagree with when it comes to politics. But guess what? Nigga, I'm still their friend. We're still friends. We're still joking around. We're still having fun. We're still friends, bro. Since middle school, we're still friends. I have so many friends back in middle school, back in elementary school, who I disagree with on so many things. And we're still close. We're still close. Because we all understand that when it comes to opinions, when it comes to, like political views and all that nonsense, bro, at the end of the day, man, you shouldn't let that interfere your relationships. You shouldn't let it interfere the relationships you have with people. It just doesn't make any sense. That's why when it comes to politics, it's not professional to bring up politics whenever you're working, whenever you're like, like, let's say you're working for a company, they say, hey, man, when it comes to politics, bro, don't talk about it. Because this is what happens, bro. You got a lot of deranged individuals that are just out of control. So how should we fix this? Remove maintenance compensation in future updates. That is the best way to deal with these children. Because I feel like when it comes to the Hoyo community, it's filled with a bunch of kids. And what do you guys do when kids misbehave? You discipline them. That's what you do. You discipline these kids when they misbehave. So that's what Hoyo needs to do. Discipline them. Because it seems like their parents ain't disciplining them. It seems like they like the parents just don't care anymore. They don't care. You got kids playing gotcha games. So hey, I wouldn't be surprised if they let their kids go on Twitter and say all these things, all this nonsense. Hoyo needs to discipline this community. And Hoyo needs to say something about this, because they are going after your voice actors. At some point, VAs are just gonna call it quit. They're gonna be like, all right, bro, I'm done, man. I'm done, right? Yes, I shouldn't be talking about politics. That's definitely my fault. But if this is how people are gonna react whenever I just say something that's based off of what I believe in, like just my political beliefs, if this is how people are gonna react, I'm good, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. I'm gonna go voice act another game. I'm straight. That's what's gonna happen when you guys keep acting like a fool. And I hope it happens eventually. I hope it does. I hope it happens eventually, because you guys keep messing with these VAs, bro. You guys keep finding anything. You guys keep trying to find the most foolish things to complain about. Skirk's VA, that was just ridiculous, bro. A glazed VA was just nonsense, a nothing burger. And then now you have this foolishness where we're going after someone because he likes somebody. What's next, guys? Which VA is next? Which VA is next? I'm waiting, because it seems like we're just in we're pretty much in like a cycle here. It's a pattern that we're just attacking VAs. That's what we're doing. So I'm curious to see what's gonna happen next year. But hope you guys have a good one. Feels good to be back. Grind never stops. Let's keep it moving.